And we are live. Okay. Very good. Well, hello. Sorry it's a little bit late tonight and I missed last Thursday, but hopefully we can get a little bit done today. Come on, if my software does not crash on me. There we go. So we were able to get hair in our scene, and that's awesome. Let's see if we can pose our character. Alright, let's see. And we can probably speed it up a little bit. Everything's slow because of the hair and things. We might be able to go here and simplify and then remove, basically reduce the subdivision surfaces to 0. That's a little bit faster, not much. Let's see. We may have to turn off the hair. Can we do that? Can we turn off the hair? Okay. So far, so good. And back into pose mode. Oh, much faster. Okay. So obviously we don't want that for rendering. So let's see. Simplify. Viewport. Render. Okay. So it looks good. Not use the Rigify much, but cool. These are weird chairs, but not necessarily unrealistic, as real life chairs can be strange too. So it's a little bit tall, but I think that might be okay. And I am looking for rotation. Perfect. Okay. Let's see. Back into our looks like we're getting a little bit clipping. I don't know how important that will or won't be, simply because, well, actually, you know what, I say that if we take this back up to 6, yeah, that's clipping. So that may be something to fix later, but for now, because everything is still, we're just testing stuff out. And if we do 6, how terribly, it's not too bad. There's some conflicting, I'm probably gonna have to modify or even replace his jacket, but you get the idea. Alright, and perfect, okay. So posing is a little bit tricky, because I've done just enough to be dangerous, but not quite enough to be really skilled at it. Let's see. I want this character to lean, and let's see, we don't want that one. Want him to be maybe leaning over. And let's see if we can find a good pose where he is leaning. And of course, getting used to this, still getting used to this rig. Not done a lot of posing in a while, so hopefully with practicing that. Alright, so actually it looks like he should be... We want him to... Let's see, if he's leaning this direction, he really should actually be on this hand. However, we might have both hands. Might have both hands. Okay. And of course, his neck is a little bit stiff. We might actually grab this bone, so that, and lean him forward. Let's see, maybe more from the waist and less from the top. It's okay if he's a little bit bent. All right, so grab this halo here. Add. See, this hand angle is weird, so we'll rotate that and move it. Let's see, I guess he's up against the counter right there, but that's... So this is probably not the best example of a pose, but we might use it to start with, just to practice. Probably fix the fingers and stuff. Really doesn't look like he's putting his weight on this arm though, because it's a little bit relaxed. So let's see if let's see, clear rotation. See, yeah. Move. Well, of course, she's making contact there, probably too much, but... And this is where probably eventually we want to get IK fingers working. Because then we can grab the ends of the fingers and rotate them easily. All right. Let's see. Yeah, that's not what we want. Okay. Something like that, and of course this shoulder seems too high. So this is where reference would be really nice, but because it's not quite as easy as you think it might be to get a good, nice, relaxed pose. And obviously relaxed doesn't mean that the character is necessarily relaxed. It just means more natural pose. And let's see, maybe what do we want with his neck? Maybe a little bit more up. Yeah, there we go. I think that looks a little bit more natural. His hands are completely straight, so that's probably kind of the issue too. If we rotate this, what's it do? Okay. Yeah. We could probably also curl the fingers a bit, and this is where we really need IK fingers. because it really doesn't make sense to do all of this manually. And then I'll probably rotate this guy. Cool. Yeah, hey, that part is all wacky. And there's something about this. This hand might need to be placed out here, for example, to actually be a little bit more natural looking. So I'm trying to get something that looks like he's in a little bit of distress. And then the eyes. Oh, so important are the eyes. Of course, what will this look like? Probably not, let's see, not so far right. And this is where we can do, even in movies, they cheat this. See, we're still streaming, right? Yeep. Cool. Something like that. His thumb. Actually, I guess his thumb is doing about the right thing. These fingers are almost right. I just need to go a little flatter. And of course, we see some clipping here, but that should go away with this. Now, let's see here if we can maybe get something like this shot. All right. Okay. Make sure we get all of this. And then, let's see, grab this guy. And then, even though on rule of thirds, it's kind of awkward to have him forward. Now, the exception might be if we have a character right here, and we're doing an over-shoulder shot. So, I might actually stick with this. I really don't know. I'm just experimenting more than planning for an actual shot. Of course, we don't see his hands in this anyway. So let's get some bokeh. Well, we probably won't need bokeh in this particular set, but let's see if we can make the background a little out of focus. Yeah, that's odd. Normally, if we had a character right here, it may not be so strange for him to be looking off in this direction. But since we don't, that's weird. So let's grab our camera, if we can. And, oh, I see. Well, we might instead make the character right here, the secondary character right here, because hopefully at some point we can do that. And maybe I might even have him look up. Not that up. There we go. I like that better. Now let's he already looks like he could be serious looking. Let's grab this and see if we can't make this even more serious. And all of our shape keys are locked. Let's see if probably going to use the wrong thing here, but let's see if we can say want a library. Where is that? Well, let's see, shape key, library override. This may be a feature that's not quite supported yet. At least a couple of years ago it was not, but let's see. Okay. Well, we may have to leave like that as such for now. And let's see here. Oh, I guess we do... Okay, so this light is off. And I think we have a second one here. And that also seems to be off. And let's... Oh, these are part of the... Can I delete this at all? Okay, so that's a part of the override collection. Alright, so this one's part of the override collection. Let's see. We might be able to just make it local. Nope. Cannot do. Okay, so what about this guy? Okay, so that's part of there. So again, mainly just experimenting. So, I'm not sure. It looks like those lights are shining, which we don't necessarily want. Ooh, okay. Lots of key. A little better. Alright, so this is where, okay, so now this is much better lit than what we had before. Of course, there's too much lighting here, so I wonder if we can angle this up. And or perhaps even create a digital flag. Let's see, shrink the size. Maybe not so bright. That might work better for this sink. And we could create a, again, very haphazard here, but just playing around with things. Actually, let's do a holdout. Can we do that? Hold out. There we go. And what this will do is this will help flag our light a little bit. So that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. But we don't want it in front of his face. So about right. Oh. Is that beautiful or is that beautiful? That's cool. That's exactly what we want. Although we don't want it to be available to the camera. We could maybe even just back it up, or we could probably even leave it, but the way we can deal with this is make it invisible to the camera, but it still creates shadow. So that keeps this from being too dark, but it also lets us light up the face. And let's add, we have a key, we certainly have plenty of fill. And let's add a point light for, this is a wonderful thing about working in 3D. We can actually have this here without it mattering that's in the shot. Let's see, let's decrease the radius, make this a little bit sharper. And wanting the highlight here to be brighter. But what we might have to do is pull it more behind. And that's probably based on the look. Yeah, that's not behind. There we go. Of course, this is affecting the other lights, so we might simply make this an area light and then turn it around that way. But let's see if that messes things up here. So there we go. That's the highlight that I want. Maybe a little bit too strong, so it might even, I also want it more above to make this more even. That's a little bit better. And we could probably put a key or a fill on the other side too, but I might leave it at that. Perfect. So let's see. Oh, and I forgot. Let's see. We want to depth of field, focus object. We'll probably just make this easier on ourselves and say character. And perfect. We already have blurriness. And got two. What if we did one? Something insane. That's probably too much. Yeah. This might work for like a street scene, but let's do 2.5 maybe, and there you can see it's, oh, that's so nice. I also don't like the how shiny the character's suit is, so let's go into, I think it's this one. Fingers crossed. Grab this, and so the specular, oh wow, that's way too much. Although I don't think we have, this is, oh, this is the motorbike jacket material. Okay, so yeah, that's awful. That's a good bit better. Not quite so plasticky. Still plasticky. Let's see the roughness. Let's see if we can RGB curves. Let's see if we can fix that. Okay, so that's shiny. There we go. That's kind of more what I would like, I think, where it's, if it's going to be plasticky, it should be a little more like that. Surprised at this. I guess the roughness for these is pretty high. I might leave that for now. Okay. And then oh, that's better. Yeah. Probably still too shiny. A little bit little bit too shiny, but I like that better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's too shiny. I like it, but it's too shiny. So let's see if we can maybe reduce the strength. And see what that looks like. That's better. Probably need to be a little bit rougher. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna actually increase that just a little bit. Maybe to 2.5, and then increase the roughness where we haven't decreased this quite so much. Yeah. And ooh, that's terrifyingly creepy. All right. I think that's better, yeah. We get the highlights, but it's not quite so... It doesn't quite look like it's made of glass anymore. Okay. Now, we need to introduce some color. Of course, this is dangerous because our final is not going to look quite this yellow necessarily, although I think I did change some of that. We also, this angle of the key lighting could probably be a little bit more on his face. We do have kind of the triangle that we expect here, so we might leave it as is for now. Alright, so because right now we have perfectly white lights, and in the real world that's not common, and you know, for stylistic choice reasons we may not want that either. So we will hook the color up to a... Can I do that from here? Oh, use nodes. There we go. I'll hook the color up to black body, and the I think white. Let's see. I guess 5,000 is kind of bluish. Okay, so that's maybe a little bit yellow. So what if we did 7,000? Because it is at night, and this direction is... Yeah, we probably want this to be a deeper blue. Let's make sure that's working. Surface. Okay. Color. All right. Let's actually go here and... It really doesn't look like it's doing much. Let's grab our other area light and see if this fixes things here. Yeah, so that's definitely working there. A little bit too heavy, but I might go with 3,000, something that's yellowish, and then let's contrast the blue nighttime with the yellow here. Now we could also just cheat this and say color and just do blue, but that looks weird, especially with that much saturation. So we might instead let's do 1500 strength multiplier. Nope, too much. Not sure why it doesn't look blue like I'm expecting it to. Might have to read up on that. See, this is definitely reddish. Maybe because there's some blue in the scene already. Alright, so let's see, and we can render that. And this is gonna take a while because hair. So we may have to work on optimization tonight. I was hoping to avoid that until I knew a little bit more about the direction I wanted to go with it. Oh, and also we've got It looks like we have a section only here. Oh, no. It's supposed to be... Let's turn off our render border. It should be somewhere in here. Actually, is it here? View render border? Render region. There you go. Okay. Turn that off. And then... oh. That actually looks quite nice. I'm really actually pretty happy with that. But let's... oh, no. Come on. And things are slow, and things are slow. Are we using tiles? I don't think cycles use that by default. But it could be. Yeah, okay, it looks like it's still working on this. So, alright, I'm at a loss at why only this one is. Could be, Yeah, I'm not sure why it's only rendering his arm. It also looks like it's going to take forever. Let's see, performance, use tiling. Okay, so we are using tiling. Size automatic. So let's see if I'm going to cancel this. We might have to work on... yeah, that's... I'm really happy with that. Wow. Wow. I'm so excited with that. Is that looking good in the stream? I'm not sure that it does. I'm not sure why. Oh, there you go. It looks pretty okay in the stream, I guess. Okay, yeah. Oh man, I'm stoked about that. Not hyper realistic, but just I'm happy with the quality. Yeah. Yeah. We got some detail in there. Again, it's not Pixar, but especially with the blurred background, man. Yeah. I'm excited about this. Still not sure quite why this guy doesn't seem as blue, but maybe it will when it's generated. And I think somewhere this light, yeah. Am I black body? Black body, yeah, that's 10,000. So I'm gonna definitely put this one as 10,000 as well. I guess that is bluish. Something seems off about it though. It just seems too white. But perhaps maybe our flag. Maybe we made our flag too big, but it looks like a lot of light is shining on our character. So not sure why it's not a deeper blue, but maybe just because the scene is so kind of so reddish yellow. Could definitely be it. All right. So let's see if we can get this area and render that. And that'll probably be it for tonight. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to figure out something to speed up hair. This is also probably slow because of the background as well, because all that blurring is expensive computationally, sadly, because it looks so good. I'm really excited for this. Oh, wow. Oh! No wonder it's taking forever. Let's fix this. Still gotta fix it. Let's see, that's 300%. So actually, I'll render that at 300% because I want to see what this looks like large. Actually, that still may be too large. Let's see. Is that the same chunk? Yeah, it is. Okay, hold up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I still want to see how this looks large. So this is gigantically large. This is essentially rendering the entire frame, or yeah. But, yeah, so I'm gonna have to look into optimizations. There are some cycles alternatives, I don't even know what to call them, that are pretty neat. Let's get to sample 5 or so, or whatever. Looks very grainy and crummy now, but in a second here. Here we can kind of see, well, not really. We can see the overall lighting, but okay, there we go. Now let's end this, and hopefully that will still run our denoise paths. It was earlier, which is weird because I didn't think it usually did if you interrupted the render, but I think we might be okay here. And of course with rendering it's hard to tell if you've actually stopped it, because it will probably go at least till the next set of samples. But already it's looking pretty cool. Let's see, I'm gonna hit escape just to make sure that this goes. Yeah, already you can tell it's like, ooh, that's looking nice.
James, you want to play with us?
Alright, is that, no, it didn't denoise. Why? It denoised earlier. Well, that's the basic idea. One more try. Let's just simplify this, shall we? Do 4 samples, or actually just 6. And save and render. And this should give us what we want. And it should hopefully give it, okay, the last time was 3 minutes. Oof. So I've got to keep you entertained here for 3 minutes. Cool. All right, so got our first pass. While that's taking a look there. Oop, no. All right, halfway done. And unfortunately, with the rendering, there's not a whole lot I can do because I don't want to switch to a different program necessarily because I want this to go pretty quick. Checking the time here. So in one sense, this makes me feel pretty good that this is basically a full frame. Oh, there we go. So a little bit noisy. And I'm not terribly happy about the hair. It doesn't look like there's enough shadow really, but we might have to address that in a future video. Looks so good in the other angles. I am liking the light off of the back. Although this looks strange, it doesn't look like enough light hits it, so I may have to change the angle. But whew. So overall, I'm actually super happy with this. Too slow, too noisy. His nose looks speckly. Because, well, just because his hair, I wonder if I need to change some of the, well, okay. I guess to be fair on the render, we really didn't give a whole lot of time. So it's going to blur all the detail of his hair out. So it could be that. It could be that the tangent type setup, the way that the hair is reflecting, is not any good. It needs to be fixed. And that's very plausible. Happy with his eyes. I mean, we have no trouble seeing them, right? Nice and blue. Nice and wide. That's a nice thing about, or thing that you can do to make a character peel wide. Still, the skin has texture. Of course, that might be because we didn't spend a whole lot of time sampling. But I think some of that might be the skin texture. I'm not sure. So we'll see how that might actually be the the noise. But yes, it's overall, it probably even looks better on YouTube because YouTube will be blurring some of the details out. That basically the bad details are probably being blurred out a little bit more. But yeah, besides his hair, which is not bad, it just doesn't look shaded right. It's just not enough something or another. I'm not sure what's missing exactly. I will say it doesn't look like it has enough shadow, but I've also noted that seems to be typical. Then again, yeah, I'm not sure. So, yeah, it may simply be, and even the shadow detail may be maybe being lost simply because I'm actually looking at the wrong screen, sorry. So looking at the hair, yeah, it could be that the shadow detail is being lost a little bit simply because everything is being blurred out. But other than that, I'm really pretty happy with this shot. It's a little bit too yellow, so can I reduce the red here a little bit more? reduce the red, but maybe a little bit too much. Let's also increase the blue. Yeah, it's not quite getting the results that I want. Oh, this is that's not even the right. Huh. Okay, of course that's not getting the results I want. I want this guy. And maybe a little bit red. Oh no. Is okay. I think I may have had one of my nodes turned off. That's a little bit better. Alright, then mids, add some red so that it removes the red. There we go. That's starting to get what I want. And I think I have that one turned off, yeah. So still a little bit reddish. I'm not exactly sure which, if I want the highlights, which part's too red. Ooh, that's definitely, okay, too green, all right. So not quite so much. All right. Maybe. Oh, and I think my nightlight, the blue filter on my monitor just kicked in. So this is, let's see, this is not getting me quite the right. Okay, so it's a little bit bright. Maybe reduce that a little bit. That's about what I want, yeah. Now that, we kind of drained the color of it a little bit, so we could probably add a little bit red back in. Yeah, something like that, a little bit more life-giving. Okay, well, that's where I'm going to leave things tonight. Hopefully we can fix either whatever's wrong with the hair, or if it's actually behaving wrong but just needs more samples, hopefully we can optimize it. And I think that's what we'll leave it at for tonight. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you want to see more, I plan to do these on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hopefully around 8 or 9 o'clock. It's probably going to have to vary somewhat depending on my schedule for each week. But yeah, so be sure to tune in. Hopefully this Thursday, and actually, I take that back. This Thursday may not. I may not be available, but hopefully going forward, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So be sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and what is it? The like button too? Something like that. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.